guys, Crystal here, back with Pokemon Shining Pearl. Last time, we started exploring this cave with a... I thought I could talk to her, but she just pops to the other side. With Marley here. Did she just say I'm very chatty? She said it a second ago, I read it really fast. But then, now she's just saying the Pokemon among flowers. But whatever. So last time we came here with Marley. This time, we're gonna not do that. We're not doing that. So, what we're actually going to do is, I've actually changed my mind about some of the post-game content I was going to show off. So let me go through that with you guys. So the next thing I was going to do was, if you get through that cave, you come out and exit, and there's Route 224 here, which, there's actually not much to it. I was planning to show it off and explore it, but honestly, like seriously, I'm just gonna flash up a picture of the route on screen. It's not that exciting. The main thing that area is remembered for is the Shaman event, which I can't do because it's not really available anymore. Do I have Dig? I do. Okay, we're getting out of here. So yeah, there is not much, there's not much to see there, you know. There's grass, there's wild encounters, there's trainers, and there's the area with the Shaman event, but it's really not that interesting, so I don't really want to take the time to show it off. Oh yeah, and there are some items that are locked to the post-game by putting them there. Particularly, I believe the upgrade, which you would need if you wanted to evolve Porygon, is in there. As well as, I believe it's called the Razor Claw, the item that evolves Sneasel, that is on that route somewhere. But yeah, there's not all that much that I want to show on that route, so I'm just going to skip that. Another thing that I said maybe to, and this is why I kept saying maybe, in case I changed my mind. Another thing that I said I would maybe do was come back to Romana's Park and do that stuff, which might have been cool, because it would have been blind. I've actually never caught those legendaries in my own personal playthrough of this game. But the thing is, I looked up how it works, and I feel like it just wouldn't be all that interesting to show. It would just be a bunch of, alright, let's catch a legendary and throw some balls or weaken it and maybe fail to catch it. I don't know, but you know, it's just where you catch a bunch of legendaries. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to Romana's Park. And in case I didn't mention, in case I still said maybe last time, I'm also not doing the gym leader rematches. They're a cool idea and all, but you know, it's not really, it doesn't really feel like new content that I want to show off. So what I am gonna do though is, the repel wore off. What I am gonna do is come here to Snow Point. Barry actually told us to come here, so I was expecting that he would, like, be here, but he's not. So we're gonna talk to this guy with the boat. Yes, we want to sail. I assumed Barry would meet me here in Snow Point, but you know what? Maybe he got sick of waiting, and maybe he is already at the destination. Hey look! He's already here! Yeah, he got sick of waiting. Oh, and hello, also this guy. He's here too. Oh yeah, so he is going to the volcano. Which brings me to another thing that was on my to-do list of post-game content, or rather on my list of maybes. One of my things I was considering doing was exploring the entirety of this island. That was in the original plan. I thought I was going to explore it, including the volcano area, Stark Mountain here. but I'm just gonna tell you guys. So if you head up there, you'll see that red-haired guy that we just met, and he is another one of the following trainers, much like Marley, who I just abandoned in a cave, and much like Riley, Mira, and Cheryl. I believe Cheryl is actually the only one who's mandatory because she was in Eterna Forest, whereas all the others are completely optional. You don't have to go to the cave with Mira, it's totally optional. I mean, there's some cool stuff in it. That's not the cave. Cave is along this route. And you actually don't have to go see Riley. You don't have to really go to Iron Island. And then the last two, Marley and I believe his name is Buck, yeah, they are optional. I mean, we didn't have to go and see Marley in Victory Road, but I did. And we do not have to go see Buck over at Stark Mountain, and I won't. But I'll show off this area a little bit. So over here we've got a Pokemon Center and a mart. In fact, let's see if they sell anything particularly special at this mart. Just Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, all that good stuff. Repels, I suppose I'll take a few more, because I am going to need them for one more thing that I'm planning to show off. I probably didn't need that many, but oh well. And in fact, while I'm here, let's see if I've got any selling items, because no, I do not have anything in the treasures pocket. Maybe I already sold them, I don't know, because there is something else I'm planning to buy soon. But anyway, if you head over here, there's a route here, and I am not going to do all of the exploring of this island. We could explore over past Route 230, and then there is the resort area. Maybe if I feel like doing extra editing, I might flash a picture of the resort area on screen, I don't know. And there's also the survival area, but I'm not too interested in those anyway. What I will show off is up here. Okay, we need a points card. Sorry, point card. It's for tracking one single point, apparently. No. Okay. And up here we have the Battle Park. Now, if this were Platinum, then this place would be a lot better, because it would be a full Battle Frontier. And this guy went third, because... oh, he didn't reveal it yet. Oh, hello. This guy also went third. That guy you were talking to? Oh, he's not going to tell us yet. I'm just going to say it. That's Barry's dad. And he is the leader of the Battle Tower. So, I think I might show off the Battle Tower a little bit. How do I... here we go. I'm not going to keep going forever, but let's just show it off a tiny bit. Why not? Plus, we don't have a super balanced team, so let's see. I definitely want... I'm not sure if they want me to pick 3 or 6. If I'm picking just 3, it's definitely going to be Tortimer and Drew and maybe Venus? I don't know, this team isn't that great. Okay. Or maybe Diamond, because he's got Ice. He's got a secondary type. Let's go with Diamond. Yep, it is just 3. And we have to save. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna play around in the Battle Tower just a little bit. I'm not gonna try to go the whole way through. Maybe I'll just do one battle. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm really playing this episode by ear. Kid? Why did you come here in your bathers and bringing your friggin' floaty? Okay, a bell toy. Yeah, I haven't played like the Battle Frontiers a whole lot, like in general. I remember back in the days of Emerald, I loved playing around in that Battle Frontier. Particularly as a little kid, I really loved the Battle Pike. For some reason, that one was my favorite. But yeah, unfortunately, we only have the Battle Tower here in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But it could be worse, because when they remade Ruby and Sapphire, they didn't give us even a tower. Like, why? Ruby and Sapphire at least had the tower. And then Emerald expanded on it, and then once again in Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl just had a tower, and then Platinum had a really cool Battle Frontier. It had 5 places, whereas Emerald's big one had 7. But that's still pretty good. And in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they even added in, well, they just copied over Platinum's Battle Frontier. But yeah, I do hate that, you know, most Pokemon games nowadays, they don't have anything like the Battle Frontier anymore. Unless you count Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, because, hey, they're Switch games, so you could count them as recent-ish. And they only have the tower. So, yeah. Okay, we are sweeping this. So it's kind of getting boring already, so I might stop after this battle. I'm pretty sure the way it works, though, is that, oh cool, a Trico. Pretty sure the way it works is that it's supposed to get harder as it goes along. Oh, he has the item. I was like, how the hell did it just happen to stop at that tiny bit of... Holy shit, Trico nearly killed Drew. Alright, fine, I'll do one more battle, because I just said it was easy, but then the Trico nearly killed Drew. Let's do one more. Alright, opponent number 3, and then I think we'll stop. And while we do that, I guess I will go through what was originally on my post-game to-do list, because then I can at least tell you guys about what kind of post-game content is in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, even though I'm not showing it in this series. So, when it comes to post-game content, oh crap, no effect, I accidentally clicked A. Oh, well that sucks. Maybe I'll switch. Okay, so when it comes to post-game content in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there's a few different things you can do. Number 1, there is, well, there's obviously completing the decks. Most importantly, you want to make sure that you have seen every Pokemon in the... Oh, actually, I believe Bronzor has a 50-50 shot of having Levitate, so Earthquake might not work. I can do Crunch, though. Yeah. At the very least, you want to make sure that you've seen every Pokemon in the regional Sinnoh decks, like I did, like you saw. I only had 2 missing after the league because I accidentally hadn't seen Unknown because I'd used repels when I went in the cave where they lived. But also, you could accidentally skip that cave if you're not exploring everywhere, so keep that in mind. Make sure you see Unknown. And the other one is make sure you, quote, see the alternate games Legendary, which, as I showed off, is in a book in Cynthia's grandma's house. But check 2 episodes ago for that. But yeah, if you wanna complete the regional decks, go ahead. If you wanna complete the national decks, good luck, but go ahead. And then, oh wow, I missed. Oh, that's clever. They gave the Totodile Aerial Ace so it can have a counter against grass types. Cool. I might do one more battle while I'm still talking about post-game stuff. But yeah, if you want to complete the decks, you do that. As for other post-game stuff, there is, obviously you can rebattle the league as many times as you want, like in any Pokemon game, and they do have stronger rematch teams. But also, in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there's the Gym Leader rematches. And those are alright, they have rematch teams, much stronger. I considered showing those in this series, but decided not to. And then of course the other post-game thing you can do is basically exploring. Number one, you wanna go surf down from Sandgem Town like you saw me do 2 episodes ago, because you want to at least explore that route and make it to Romana's Park. Even if you don't decide to do the Romana's Park stuff, there is something that Professor Oak gave me when I got there, which I'll talk about that soon. The other exploring is, of course, as I showed before, you could explore through the new section of Victory Road with Marley, which leads out to that route. I believe it was number 224. Which, as I said, it does have items that are locked to the post-game, particularly the Upgrade and Razor Claw, which you're going to need if you're completing the decks, because you need to evolve Porygon and Sneasel. And yeah, you can explore that area, and of course, you can come here to this island, and there's a whole big island to explore. Not just the town areas, not just the resort area, survival area, battle zone, whatever, but there's actual proper routes on this island that you could explore, including that volcano area where Buck went, which, I'll tell you, when you get there, he acts as a following trainer, much like Marley, or Riley, or Mira, or Cheryl. Yeah. Okay, so this is getting harder as it goes along. It did, yes. So yeah, this island is really big, so if you like exploring, go ahead and do that. And then speaking of this island, obviously there is the Battle Tower. You can try to complete that. I don't think I've ever completed like any Battle Frontier in any game. I used to like playing around in the Battle Pike in Emerald when I was a kid, but that's about it. I don't think I played any of the Battle Frontiers enough to like complete them. Yeah. The other thing you might want to do, I don't know if it technically counts as post-game, I think you could have done it before the league, is I still haven't caught Mesprit. I believe we saw her last episode, and I failed to catch her. Oopsie. And I might not bother catching her in this series because, you know, if she doesn't want to show up anywhere near me on the map, then it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, you can go looking for Mesprit. I showed off how to do that, I believe, last time, or the one before it, because you have the Poketch app which shows where she is. The annoying thing is, though, of course, if you fly, then Mesprit will also fly, which means no, you cannot just fly to her location. Then she'll have moved. So you gotta hope that she's within kind of close walking distance And yeah, then you can... Oh crap! How am I gonna be Shedinja? Shedinja, you can hit it with fire and... What else? What else is Shedinja weak to? Fire or... Flying, rock, ghost, dark. Okay, I do have those moves. I have dark. I also have rock. Let's go for rock. There we go. Can you imagine if I got to this Shedinja battle and I didn't have any moves that were super effective against it? In fact, I can't remember if I've told this fun fact before in this series, but fun fact about Shedinja's special ability, Wonder Guard. Oh my god! The hail! The hail did it! The hail did it! Oh my god! Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell the little fun fact, except now I've forgotten the name of the move I was gonna mention. I know it's a fire type move. It might have been Fire Blast, but now I'm forgetting. So maybe I can't really tell the fun fact properly. But basically, there is one particular move. It might have been Fire Blast, but it might be a different fire type move, and I'm forgetting what name it was. But basically, that one move, and specifically in Gen 4, is kind of programmed weirdly where it hits through Wonder Guard. You may be thinking, but if it's a fire type move, then it'll hurt Shedinja anyway. Yes, but if you were to hack the game and give Wonder Guard to, say, a Pokemon that has no weaknesses, then, which there are Pokemon that have no weaknesses, at least before fairy types were introduced, then you took that Pokemon to the battle tower, the game would actually recognize its own programming, and it would get smarter, and it would give you trainers that use that particular move to be able to hit through Wonder Guard. And I feel so stupid that I've forgotten what move it was, because it ruins my whole fun fact. I know it was a fire move, and I'm forgetting. It could have been Fire Blast, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. But anyway. Before I was talking about Wonder Guard, I was talking about the post-game. I think I basically covered the whole list that I have. There's the Dex, there's the Exploring. I said Mesprit even though that's not technically post-game, because I believe you can... Yeah, anytime after the story thing with Cyrus, then you can go see the Lake Trio, and when you talk to Mesprit, it goes wandering, whereas the other two, you start the encounter with them. And yeah, besides the Dex and Exploring and completing the tower, I think the one other thing of the post-game is, as I mentioned before, Romana's Park, where you can catch a bunch of legendaries. There are some that are version exclusive, like there are some where it's one counterpart for Brilliant Diamond, one for Shining Pearl, and there are some that are for either game. And I don't remember off the top of my head which is which. You might have to just look up Romana's Park. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of legendaries. There's like, I know there's the Regis, and I believe Latios and Latias, and I can't remember which other legendaries. Anyway, Drew is asleep. Let's switch. Oh, of course. It's a flying type. Of course. But yeah, there's quite a bit of post-game in these remakes. And I know some of it was in the originals, of course. Oh, geez, that crit. I might actually lose this battle. Which is fine, because I was trying to find a good stopping point anyway. Because I keep saying I'll stop after this battle, and then I don't. because I just keep doing battles while I've been rambling about the post game. But yeah, also this video might get a little bit longer than my usuals, which is fine because this video happens to also most likely be the finale of the series. Because after this battle, there's one more little thing I want to show off, and I guess this other thing is technically post-game because it requires an item that I was given after beating the league. And yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this battle. I've lost 2 Pokemon and Drew is asleep. So yeah, what a way to finish the battle tower right when I needed a good stopping point, because I'm probably going to lose. I don't know, if Drew wakes up any turn now, then that might change things. But right now, he's got 2 Pokemon, I've got 1, and he's asleep. But if Drew were to wake up right now, use Giga Drain, knock out the Corphish, because it's a water type, and then maybe I can defeat the 3rd Pokemon. He does keep using Protect, which is annoying. But at least Drew woke up. Okay, I might actually beat this one. Regardless, I am going to stop doing the tower after this battle. But we're making a comeback here. Oh, I thought he had 2. I thought he had another one after Corphish. Okay, don't mind me. I didn't look at the balls properly. Okay, we made that comeback, but no thanks. Yeah, we do just have to cancel the challenge. It would be great if you could just pause these things and come back later, but you can't. The closest was, I don't know if it's still in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but I remember in most iterations of the Battle Frontier, there's a button where it saves the game, but like it saves and turns off the game back to the title screen, and then yeah, you turn the game back on, you have to continue. It's just, you know, if you need to turn off your Game Boy because maybe the batteries are dying, or you don't have your charger with you. If it's I said charger because maybe if you're playing Emerald on a Game Boy SP, then you charge that one. Or I said charger because also it could be a DS if we're talking Battle Frontier in Gen 4. But anyway, if you're playing Emerald on a Game Boy Advance, then that thing used batteries, which is kind of crazy. But every console after that, every handheld had a charger. But yeah, Game Boy Advance wanted batteries, which meant, yeah, if the batteries die, you're screwed. But the reason I flew here to Romana's Park is that I remembered that they have a great selection of Pokeballs. And I want to buy some balls. We're gonna need a bunch of repeat balls. I think I've already got 26 dusk balls, and I am recording at night. Nest balls, oh, I've already got 30. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna need. I've got plenty of repeat balls and nest balls and dusk balls. I'm not gonna bother with quick balls. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna need. And yeah, before this series ends, I'm gonna show off one last thing. Where is... Oh, there's Floroma. So, 2 things that you need for this trick that I'm about to show off. Number 1 is the Poke Radar. Which is why I said this is still post-game content, because you get given it Yeah, after, I believe Professor Rowan gave us the Poke Radar after we showed him that we had seen every Pokemon. The other thing that you will need, well, maybe not need, but it's preferable, is... Oh, I see Mespritz over there. We are not going to get her, sorry. Is... I think I accidentally went past it. Oops. And I believe it was given to us when we went to visit Romana's park. Yes, this app. It looks a little blank right now, but it's gonna come in handy. What I want is a nice big patch of grass. That one might have to do. Or maybe... No, maybe I'll go down to the Jubilife side. And I might find a bigger patch of grass there. Because the bigger your grass, the easier this might be. Here we go. Here's a nice big patch of grass. And what we want to do is not go to the trainer card. Oops. What we want to do is we want to make sure we have repels active as well. And we're going to use the Poke Radar. And you'll see we get 4 shaking grass patches. What we want to do for better odds at what I'm trying for is you want to go for the grass patch that is further away. Preferably at least 4 tiles away from you. So for that matter, I'm going to go up to this one. The other thing is, it's a Kricketot, and that is not what I was hoping for. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to be doing some chaining. What that means is that once I've caught one Pokemon, every encounter we get after that is going to be the same Pokemon. Which means I need to make sure that the first one is the Pokemon that I want. Also, if I want to reactivate the Poke Radar, I have to run back and forth. There we go. Come on. That is a Ralts. And that was not what I was going for, but... You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Ralts is a lot more interesting than the Pokemon I was trying to get. You know what? Let's do it, because I don't want to keep having to keep resetting the thing. We're gonna go for a Nest Ball. And then after that, when I'm catching more Ralts, I could use Repeat Balls, because I've already caught one. But for this first one, obviously, I couldn't use a Repeat Ball because I hadn't caught a Ralts before. So, you catch one Pokemon with the radar, and then what happens is, you can see on this app, up here is the current chain. Currently, we have a chain of 1. And you can see your records here. And you can see, after that battle, we have new grass patches. So, we're going to go for the one furthest away. And we get another Ralts. And we're going to keep catching these Ralts. And don't worry, I will cut the recording. I will cut the video. Because you won't have to watch me catch too many Ralts, because we're going to be catching... It's not that bad, actually. The amount that I'm trying for is not as bad as I expected it to be when I learned about this trick. There is a similar trick in the Let's Go games, which I tried doing myself at one point, and go this one. But that one required such a long chain. This trick is a lot easier. So I'm gonna get a chain of 40. That's what I'm going for. Of course, there is a chance, there's always a chance that the thing I'm trying for, it could happen before I get the chain of 40. It's just that 40 will give me the best possible odds. Very good odds, actually. I've forgotten the numbers of the odds, but they're really good. Maybe I'll flash it on screen if I remember to. Oh yeah, the other thing you want to do when you're doing this is go into your options and send to boxes automatic. And don't give nicknames. That makes things a little bit faster. Oh, here's the other annoying thing I should tell you guys about. So, you'll see here that all 4 of my shaking grass patches, they're pretty close to me. So you may be thinking, what happens if, none of the grass patches are 4 spaces away? What you can do is you can reset the PokeRadar without resetting your chain. Actually, now that I'm counting, I believe the one just below the girl is exactly, it is outside of my 4-tile radius, so I am gonna take that one. But it's still good that I told you guys. If none of your shaking grass patches are outside of that 4-tile radius, I'll just explain it without actually doing it. I believe you just use the PokeRadar again. And if it needs to charge, then just get out, make sure you don't step in the patches of grass, and walk back and forth to charge it up. Use the PokeRadar, and I believe you won't lose your chaining. But we're going to take this grass patch and catch another Ralts. And I'm going to cut it here, and I will let you guys know when I get to that chain of 40. Okay guys, so I got the Ralts to a chain of 9, and then what happened was, and I had no control over it. Unfortunately, sometimes if you are really, really unlucky, the chain will just break out of your control. Unfortunately, sometimes the chances are not 100% of continuing the chain, and after the battle, after you caught the Pokemon you're chaining, sometimes you'll get back to this screen and there will be no shaking grass patches, which is unfortunate. I did say that it does make a difference which patch you go to, and you want to go to one 4 or more tiles away, and that's still true, because there's there's tiers of the odds of continuing the chain. Like if it's only 1 tile away, then the odds are not as good, and so on. With 2 tiles, 3, and then 4 or more has the best odds, but not 100%. And again, I don't remember what the exact odds are, but unfortunately it's not 100%, so sometimes your chain will just break. The other thing is, not only is it determined by how far away the patch you go to is, but every time you successfully continue your chain, it does increase the odds of the chain continuing. So, each time you catch a new whatever Pokemon you're chaining, the odds strengthen. So, my 9th Ralts didn't have the same chance as my first Ralts of stopping the chain. The chances were getting better, I just got really unlucky, which means I will have to start again. You can also see I encountered a Starly after that. But yeah, it happens sometimes, and I'm just going to go back to chaining, and oops, I need to take some steps first, and I will use another repel. So yeah, the other thing is though, because I need to reset the Poke Radar, that also means that I will get a new encounter. So it might not be Ralts that we're going for. Let's see what we get. Starly, I don't particularly want Starly. There's a few Pokemon in this route that I would be okay with chaining, but Starly isn't really what I want. So yeah, I am going to pass on that, which I think does mean I need to run back and forth again. Wait, what do you mean a time and place? Oh, you have to be in the grass, don't you? Yes. Zubat? Interesting, I didn't even remember that Zubats could be encountered here. And again, I don't particularly want Zubat. There's like 2 or 3 things that I would be happy with chaining. So, you know, if we can get one of those to come up, then I'll just continue the chain. I'm not going to be picky and say just one thing, because there was a different Pokemon that I was hoping to chain, and then I saw Ralts, and I thought, let's do that instead. Okay, come on. Give me something I'm actually okay with. Not the Kricketune! Okay guys, I'm gonna cut again, and I will be right back once I've started the new chain. Alright guys, I have found a Budew, so that's what I'm going to continue chaining. I am happy to use Budew for this. So once again, I already explained how it all works. I am going to start throwing repeat balls, and I'm going to get back to you guys once I build the chain back up and hopefully get to a chain of 40. Alright. Alright guys, so I was having some really bad luck on that route, and my chains just kept breaking. You can see here I got Budew to 9, and then it broke, and then I got Budew to 5, and then that one broke, and as I said, there's nothing you can do when it breaks. Sometimes, like, there's still a chance that it will break, even if you do everything right. So, I decided to come down here to Route 202 instead, just for a little change of scenery and try my luck here. I don't think that there's an actual difference in the luck. I just felt like trying something different. And I don't really want to use Bidoof for this though. I'm gonna give it one more try and see if it gives me a Pokemon that I like a little more. Oh, 6 more steps, okay. Oh, come on. There we go. Please, please, please. Kricketot. You know what? Everybody loves Kricketune's cry, so sure. I'm gonna chain Kricketots. Because at this point, I just want to get it done. You can see that I already have a lot less repeat balls, but it's okay because I also have nest balls and dusk balls, and I am playing at night. And also some ultra balls. So I think I'll be fine. Let's go for the nest ball. Alright, so we're back to chaining. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, so I am finally at a chain of 39 9 Kricketots. That means once we catch one more and have 40, then we're gonna have the max odds, which are really good odds. And I'll tell you in a moment. I'm really hoping it happens right after this Kricketot, but if not, the odds are still gonna be amazing. So, when you have a chain of 40, the odds get as good as about 1 in 99 or 1 in 100, which already sounds pretty great, but actually it's better than that. Because there are 4 patches of grass that appear after a battle, then really, because it's happening generating 4 times at once, effectively you divide that by 4, so if it's 1 in 100 for each patch, then really it's more like 1 in 25. Yeah, that's how math works. I was really hoping it would happen right after the 40 chain. It's not guaranteed to happen, but the odds are pretty damn great. So, the odds are amazing, and I'm really hoping it's gonna happen soon. I hope I don't have to cut again, because this episode is gonna be quite the editing job. I'll say that much. Alright, come on, moment of truth. Is it gonna happen this time? Still not. Okay, yes, reactivate the rappel. Always make sure your rappels are up when you are chaining, because otherwise the grass will act like normal grass and you'll get a wild encounter that is not tied to the poker radar and it's not part of the chain, and it'll break it. Also, be careful you don't click too fast and don't accidentally click a move and kill it, because that would be a problem. Alright, come on, it better happen this time. You guys have no idea how long I've been recording for. It took longer than I expected to get that chain of 40. Still not. But the odds are pretty great, so I'm just gonna keep going. Because think about it. 1 in 100 per patch. That's pretty great. I mean, when you're catching Pokemon for the Pokédex, sometimes there are Pokemon with an encounter rate of 1%. And you keep looking for them. And that's essentially the odds that we're working with, except, like I said, it's generating 4 patches at once. Still not. I know I've gotten this to work. I know I'm doing this right. I've actually, in my personal file, I managed to get this work. And I made it happen with, I believe, a Pachirisu and then a Sentret. So, it's just gonna be a matter of time. Come on. We've got the chain of over 40. We've got the max odds. Come on. They make it sound so easy with the guides, but, I guess other people are more patient than I am. No? Okay, let's go for this one. Don't worry, we'll know when it happens, because it's actually something that will visually show on the rustling grass patches when it happens. It actually shows in the overworld. So don't worry, we're not going to miss it by choosing the wrong one out of the 4. If none of them have it, I just go for one. Okay, come on. We're at it. Still not. The chain's at 45. We've definitely got those max odds. Come on, game. Come on. I really want to show this in this video. And also this video is going to be really long, unless it's gotten so long that I'm considering cutting in half what was going to be one video and splitting it into 2 videos, which, you know, if I do decide to do that, you guys will know because there will have been 2 videos. And this would be the second one. Still not. Let's go around to this further away one. Yeah, we're just gonna keep chaining. I might cut here. I might cut here and see you guys when it happens. But we've got those max odds. It's about 1 in 100 per patch. Like, for each of the 4 rustling patches it generates. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it better happen soon, and it's gonna happen in this video. Come on. No, I don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna cut here, you guys. Oh my god, you guys! Do you see that? I told you it would happen soon! Look, 48! I barely cut anything! 48 chain! Look. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? It means this. Oh. Oh my god! I don't know why I'm freaking out. Because obviously it's not full odds. If I had gotten a full odds shiny in this playthrough, then I would have freaked out so much. But I'm still amazed right now because it took all this time for me to make it happen. So, yeah. Look at the little guy! Or girl. And if you're lucky enough, you can actually get multiple shinies in a row this way. I don't know if I'll be lucky enough because the streak has not broken, which means we do have those amazing odds. Okay, we don't have another one in a row, but that's fine. I just wanted one. Although if I could get a second one, that would be cool because then I could evolve one and then I would have one of each and that'd be cool. I'm gonna catch just one more. We'll try our luck, but if it doesn't happen, then that's okay and that's gonna be it. Or I guess what I could do is that I could end the video here, but also then once I stop recording, I could just pick up the Switch and keep trying myself. But yeah, you guys have seen it. You've seen how it happens. And yeah, the chain is up to 50. So we're gonna leave it there. No, I want to try my luck. This is so addictive. It's like gambling, kind of. Except you're not paying anything, so I guess it's not gambling. Well, I'm paying my time. But still, I don't think that counts as gambling. But anyway, I'm going to catch one more regular one because then we can tell from the sparkly on the patch of grass if it happens. Let's see. Let's see one more check. And then if not, then that's just going to be it for this and for the video and for the series. It did it again! It did it again! Okay, there's my second one. There we go, you guys. Oh my god. Again, it's not that big of an oh my god because it's not full odds, but I'm just glad I got this to work, you know? I don't usually shiny hunt, so this is like really exciting for me, you know? But this is so cool. So yeah, now you know the trick. So, I will mention, in case I'm bad at explaining things, in case you still don't fully understand the trick, I recommend if you want a better explanation, I recommend the channel PokeTips, and he made a really good video about this PokeRadar shiny hunting method, which is actually how I learned about it. So yeah, I won't be offended if you say you're gonna go watch his video, because I'm not much of a guide video person, you know? But where is it? That one? And that one. Okay, let's move you guys over here. So there we have it. Actually, you know what I just wondered? With the following Pokemon, are they shiny in the overworld? Let's see. Can you follow me? Yes, look at him! Look at his little walk! Oh my god, that's adorable. I love Kricketot now. And also, yeah, you can walk away from your rustling patches. Oh no, I think I ruined it. I think I just broke the chain. But there it is, in all its glory. There's my shiny Kricketot. But can you not? What, can I don't want to battle you. Yeah, so that did break the chain, but that's okay. That's okay, we did it. We got the shinies, and that was amazing. So, that is going to be it for this series, for this episode, and for this series. I've showed off everything that I had a desire to show off in the post game, and I don't really feel like doing any of the other stuff, but there is more to do. As I said, you can explore here, you can go over here and get some items that you'll need if you're completing the decks. You can get some legendaries over here, and you can do gym leader rematches and all that kinds of stuff and more, but I'm not going to be doing it on this series. This series started as a gimmick run with grass types only, because people told me that I need to go touch grass. So I did. I only touched grass. So, oh my god, this has also been my first solo Let's Play, so it feels so crazy to be ending it. So crazy. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say except thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been a blast. And I will see you guys next time, not for more Shining Pearl, but for other things. Including, of course, there are other playthroughs on this channel. There is the shared playthrough. I believe at the point that this goes up, I can't remember if Mario Party, oh yeah, Mario Party is still going. It has not finished. Spoiler alert, in terms of recording, it has finished, but yeah, in terms of uploading, there is Mario Party videos to watch, and my co-host, Shadowstar, has a Mario Sunshine playthrough going up. And as for my solo series, I'm gonna be starting. You know what? How about I just show you guys? How about I give you guys a little sneak preview of what game is coming next on this channel. Here on the Switch 2, on the Nintendo GameCube NSO, there is a game that I did not have, and it is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I never had XD growing up. I had a GameCube, and I had Colosseum, but I never played XD. Which means, coming soon on this channel for my next solo Let's Play series is going to be Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, completely blind. I have somehow managed to avoid spoilers all these years. I do not know much. All I know is that there's a Shadow Lugia, well, that's on the picture, and I know that there's an Eevee. You start with an Eevee. It was the Eevee starter game before Let's Go Eevee came along. But I am very blind to XD Gale of Darkness, and that's what we're going to be doing next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Pokemon Shining Pearl, and this has been amazing. So I will see you next time for Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. See you then.